Yes. Yes. Yes! Zombies is looking really freaking good this year, and in today's video, I'm kind of just going to talk about my thoughts and kind of just go through everything that was said. So essentially, the old perk system is returning with Juggernog, Speed Cola, Deadshot Daiquiri, Elemental Pop, which is actually a new perk, and I'm going to talk about it later, and Quick Revive. Those were actually the known perks that we know at this current moment. There are probably more. We'll probably see Stamina, maybe PhD, maybe, and maybe even Double Tap, but that's kind of probably not going to happen. These perk machines have new designs for the most part. Juggernog resembles its old self with a few modifications for the new cans. They're actually cans. That leak came true. Speed Cola kind of reminds me of Scooby-Doo for some reason. I mean, it's a very striking resemblance. Quick Revive pretty much looks the same as the original with some font changes and slight aesthetic changes, but for the most part, the overall shape of it seems to be pretty much the same, considering that the original Quick Revive machine had slots for cans, so that probably makes sense on why it pretty much looks the same. Deadshot Daiquiri, those leaked images were true. It has a new design and it has guitars on the top of it, which looks pretty freaking awesome. And Elemental Pop looks like an arcade machine, which makes sense since we're in the 80s. You know, those were actually really popular back in the day. So speaking of Elemental Pop, what is it? Apparently it's actually a perk that essentially gets rid of the whole double pack abilities and like puts them into a perk form. So essentially it's the alternate ammo types once again. And apparently there's going to be some sort of perk modifier system where you can level them up, just as the leak said. And yeah, pretty much all these leaks were actually 100% accurate. And it's official that the map name is Die Maschine, which was literally what they said in the leaks. I imagine we're going to be seeing some stuff about the bonus map, possibly, but nothing was said about that yet. And Dead Ops Arcade 3 is a thing. If you guys like Dead Ops, there you go. It's thundering outside. I'm scared. I'm gonna die. Pack-a-Punch is now returning, but it's now known as the Forge, and essentially the whole design is it's the old Pack-a-Punch machine for the most part, but in the center is a completely new mechanism and stuff. It's pretty cool looking, kind of looks like a washing machine, not gonna lie, but hey, that's actually pretty cool. Cross-play, cross-progression, and cross-generational support is a thing, so you can actually play with people on Xbox One and PS4, with Series X, PS5, and PC, which is crazy. And there's cross progression between all game modes, so say you unlock some stuff in multiplayer, all that stuff is now usable in zombies. Not too sure how I feel about that, but hey, you know what? For zombies, that's not a big deal, but for multiplayer, I was kind of expecting a prestige mode to return. That's still in the realm of possibilities, but it seems kind of unlikely now. Now on to the controversy. So apparently we're gonna have gunsmith and loadouts and field upgrades and support weapons and zombies and score streaks. So we're going to be seeing a chopper gunner, which they showed in the trailer, which seems kind of cool, but how are they going to tie that in with solo? If you use it, are you going to die, or are you going to become invincible? That just seems kind of ridiculous to me, and honestly is something I'm probably not going to end up using. Kind of reminds me of what Advanced Warfare did with all this kill streaks and stuff. Pretty much the exact same thing. Now on to loadouts. Apparently you can actually use any gun you want on round 1. I don't know how I feel about that. I really don't, because on round 1 you can start with like an RPD and a million ammo and have all these special equipment and stuff on round 1. That seems kind of ridiculous to me, so I hope they balance it out. So let's hope we don't start with ridiculously overpowered stuff against round 1 zombies that are walking, and there's probably only gonna be like 6 or 7. Let's hope they dial that up at least and increase their health if you're starting off with really good weapons. And there's actually also a weapon rarity system where essentially you can get, you know, maybe some common low tier up to a freaking epic or legendary tier where they do a ton of damage. You know, they're freaking amazing, and yeah, that's all I can say about that. There's gonna be an exfil system where essentially you're going to be able to leave the game and essentially have a viable ending from custom zombies. Well, with this, you actually have to survive a few intense rounds of zombies where everything's just maxed out and crazy. But if you do that, you'll be able to get some rewards and beat the map essentially. And I really like that feature, and they should have done that in earlier games. There's going to be intel tracking where essentially you can collect intel and stuff like that. It kind of reminds me of Doom and Doom Eternal and all that, and the campaign. So you can actually learn the storyline and all that outside whenever you want to. I think that's really freaking cool. And zombies is finally going to be linked with the battle pass, so we should finally be able to get some really cool skins and all that instead of face paints. Those were trash. And thank you, Treyarch. We're going to be seeing some free post-launch content, free maps, free maybe DLC guns and stuff, and zombies for everyone at the same time, which is freaking fantastic. Thank you, Treyarch, for that. We kind of needed that for years. So finally, everyone's able to actually experience all the zombies maps for free whenever they want to. That's awesome. And finally, we're gonna be talking about the storyline. So as I predicted about a month ago, this was gonna be a continuation of the Ether storyline after the events of Tog der Toten, where essentially the crew sacrificed themselves to create a single universe without any zombies. They were half right. Now we're seeing that universe be overrun by zombies once again, and is being led by one of our main characters from our original storyline, Samantha Maxis. It is confirmed that Samantha is returning through the intro cinematic. When you first start that intro, you can see a woman walking up to a telephone booth, but if you listen closely, you can hear Samantha's lullaby from Tog der Toten's ending. And once she gets in and starts typing on the phone, you can see that she spells out Maxis. So this pretty much nothing but confirms that Samantha Maxis is returning, and that this is a continuation of the Ether storyline. Even Treyarch themselves said that this is the Dark Ether story, which pretty much nothing but confirms it. And if we see throughout the trailer, a lot of our old Ether elements are returning, like the mystery box in its original form, the mystery box locations that don't have the mystery box on them, but are the whole boxes and stuff are there. But instead of the teddy bear, it's actually Samantha's bunny from Nocturne Toten in Revelations. If you don't remember, during that Easter egg step, you throw the summoning key at certain places, and that's actually the same exact bunny that you collect in Nocturne Toten in the Revelations Easter egg. So that nothing but confirms that that's the case. How do I feel about Ether being rebooted? I like it because it gives us more context into that story and starts fresh at a more grounded point instead of, super complex multiverse and all that. This is a single universe, however, connects back through the Dark Ether or original story. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see some remasters with Victus and stuff like that, since they didn't really die. They got sent to the Dark Ether. And yeah, this story is looking really good already. It reminds me of the old school days, and I think this is going to be good. And I think for literally anyone, this is a good thing. Regardless if you don't like Ether or not, this is a brand new story involving some of the old aspects, but also going somewhere completely new. We're going to see as this DLC season progresses how the story is going to flesh out, but I think that this is going to be the new best thing, and I really hope it doesn't get complicated like the previous story, and from what we've seen so far, that doesn't seem like the case. So anyways, that was my thoughts on the Black Ops Cold War reveal. A lot of stuff happened, a lot of good stuff, a lot of iffy stuff, but at the same time, it seems pretty promising. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. And if you guys want to see some more videos on my channel, make sure to drop a like. Currently on the road to 1,000 subscribers. If you guys want to see some more content, subscribe, turn on the bell, share my videos with your friends, and yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.